Hi, this is Fred, and this is also something not monotonous Minecraft. It's been 5 days. I still don't know what the heck I'm calling this. Vlogmas 2020. Solid intro. Let's just get to the beer. Today is Dragon's Milk White. It's a bourbon barrel-aged white stout. New Holland brew. From New Holland, Michigan. There, a lot of light. I almost grabbed another Imperial, but I needed something a little bit easier tonight. Did not expect this. A white stout, eh? Looks like a wheat. Not super happy with cloudy beers. Weird. I don't hate this. I do not hate. If I saw someone drinking this, I would be like, I don't want to try that. Thanks. But it's pretty good. It's got a lot of stoutiness, but without the color, I guess. Frothy. So tonight is a rant. Okay, quite frankly, a lot of these will be rants of one kind or another. I've been trying to write more positive ones. I feel like sleeping was a positive one. But tonight is a rant about IPA. You will notice that I won't have any IPAs during this series of vlogs at all, ever. Okay, technically some of the quads might actually be an IPA. I don't really know, but if it is, it goes beyond what an IPA is to somewhere where I kind of enjoy them, or at least like them, or at least can tolerate them. I hope so, because I got a few of them. So before I go into a rant, which will be short and non-specific, let's talk about the history of IPAs. I'm going to call this an oral history of IPAs because this is just based on my memory. I've never researched this. I just happen to watch a lot of videos and read things. An IPA India Pale Ale, much like the gin and tonic, was the product of British imperialism in Asia. Why? Well, oh geez, nose itching. The thing of it is that ships take a long time to get from the British Isles to, like, the Indian Ocean. It just takes a while. And you have to drink things, and you have to, drink healthy things. You have to survive. You don't want scurvy. Scurvy, gin and tonic came because they needed something to drink with their lime, and then, that's where the limes and lemons came from. Well, then they got there, then they had malaria, so they had to take quinine. Quinine's a tonic, but it tastes bitter and it's awful, so they added gin to make it palatable. So now you've got your limes or your lemons, and you've got your quinine, and you just top it off with some alcohol because that's what you did at the time. Hi, kitty. Much like that, an IPA was created just by taking their normal ales and just adding tons of hops to it, because hops would allow them to survive the journey across a few oceans. That's where they came from. I don't know why so much popular drinks. Well, actually, I do know why. In general. Sorry, the cat's distracting. Here, just sit down somewhere. Hi, yes. Anyway, IPAs and gin and tonics both, strangely enough, essentially health drinks, or ways to keep your drink healthy. Now, why all of a sudden did IPAs become popular, 15, 20 years ago when the home brewing really took off in this country? No idea. Somehow I want to blame people in Colorado. Is that right? Is that where home brewing took off? In my mind, that's where home brewing really, set off in the U.S. a while ago. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like also, Denver specifically, not Denver, I don't know Colorado that well, but the towns around it, or the cities around it, We're very much like what people view Seattle and Portland now. Just, weird amalgamations of hippie and business and basically hipsters. Which isn't a term you hear that often anymore, just because it's been accepted and whatever. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's got a creamy feel to it, but the taste is lighter. I don't know. Anyway, I have no idea why IPAs became popular. They're super huge. Compiling my collection of 24 beers for this, in fact, was very difficult because half the ones available are IPAs. And I don't like them. They're bitter. I like citrus, but I don't like citrus in beer. The hops are way too much, which to me is just more bittering agent because that's what it is. They're just not good. I don't like... People call a macro beer, a pilsner, or a lager refreshing, light and refreshing, but to me it just sticks in your craw. It's like, I don't even know. It's like if you had ice shards in your water. You're drinking a pleasant water, but then all of a sudden you can't swallow it because your throat's being shredded. That's why I don't drink lighter beers. That's what it feels like to me. And I don't know if that is because of the hops. I mean, all beers have hops, so it's not like I don't drink hops. But it's definitely not the flavor profile I'm looking for. Now, I don't have my notes with me because there's not a lot to say about this. But I do remember my comment on what to do about my rant was along the lines of using very silly metaphors to describe, how I feel about it. But really it is just, it's bitter. The sort of fruitiness is unpleasant. Just settle down, geesh. Here, you'll be my supervillain cat. You will drink the IPA or you will die, Mr. Bond. All right. Okay, that really wasn't much of a rant. That was more of a random rambling history of IPAs. Let's just get back to this. Suffice to say, don't buy me an IPA. Thank you. In case you were going to buy me a beer. By all means, buy me beer. I've got no problem. No, I don't drink that often, but I will drink it. Yeah, it starts like a lighter beer, and then all of a sudden, halfway through, you get that, a creamy feeling. And then it finishes more like a regular stout. I can't describe it. I mean, I just did. I can't describe it any better. If you ever had this, drop a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. I'm going to go on Untapped to log it like I've been doing every night. And I'll see what other people have said, or at least a description of it. And if you haven't had it, you're curious what the heck I'm talking about, go ahead and try one. It's interesting. So this is the Dragon's Milk White. I happen to know I've got the regular Dragon's Milk, like the regular Stout out there too. So that'll show up as a comparison, if I remember this one, which I won't. Yeah, it's not pleasant at first. It's, quite frankly, tastes a little too hoppy and fruity. IPA, no. No, IPAs are too much like the first taste of this beer. Then it smooths out and becomes better. I don't have that weird thing in my throat. Oh, I have to drink another one. I still haven't looked up any toast today. I did a lot of stuff this morning, then I stopped doing stuff. Aside from playing video games, which I'm allowed to do. I'm an adult, mostly. Anyway, this was fun. It was real. Can't say it was real fun for me or you. My wife just nodded. So supportive. I don't know if she did it. She knows she did it. Probably not. At any rate, stick around for the rest of the vlogs. They'll probably be a little more insightful than this, or maybe a little more organized, or let's face it, based on the last 4 or 5, no, they won't be. But it'll be fun. You'll see me talk about a beer, some other things. Check out my other channels. There'll be a new Minecraft video coming out tomorrow morning. As soon as I upload this, then edit it. And yeah. I'm trying to think of another toast. Here's looking up your old address.